Hi people. Dowsing for gold. I put two videos up if you've watched them. I'd just like to explain a little bit about what we were actually doing and how we actually come to our end result. Now, I mentioned in that you could douse for nuggets, you can douse for gold mineralised zones, reefs, whatever. How we come about that solution or realisation is that over the years like I said, I was very interested in dowsing, but I was mainly interested in gold. So I wanted to try and see whether we could isolate every other signal, every other mineral, including water, and just pick up the gold signal. Now, every different metal, water, everything else, everything has its own frequency, if you like, or its own signal. If you're dowsing for water or any other minerals, doesn't matter what it is. You know, if you're walking along and you're picking up, you've got a wand or usually if you've got a metal rod, you'll pick up every mineral, tin bullets, rusty cans, whatever, water, all that kind of stuff, right? Like I said, because I was looking for gold, I wanted to isolate all of that. So, like I said, everything has its own frequency or its own signal, whatever. It's all to do with, like I said, frequencies, neutrons, protons, all this electrical charges, all this sort of stuff, all combined in. If you have two magnets and you put the two negative ends together, or the two positive ends together, they repel. They won't attract each other. But if you have a negative and a positive, bang, they'll latch onto each other. So if you think of that, you're either negative, your body chemistry, your body makeup is either negative or positive, and whatever you're searching for is the opposite, and that gives you the attraction. Something like that, right? We all know that dowsing's never been proved, scientifically proved, because there's no, well, it's never been done. Anything that's ever been done about dowsing is people trying to debunk it. Scientists, educated people with degrees, geologists, hydrologists, you name it, all trying to debunk dowsing. But if you go back in history and you look where dowsing come from, I go way back to the 16th century or even further back then, I think, a dowser was more highly regarded than a hydrologist or a geologist of their day or even an engineer of their day, because the really good dowsers could actually find what the companies or whoever they were working for wanted to find, whether it was gold, silver, nickel, lead, tin, whatever, and even water. A good dowser would find it each and every time. But because it wasn't taught in schools or universities, and you didn't have a degree, or they didn't give degrees out or diplomas or anything like that, it was pushed under the table because the professionals didn't want people, ordinary Joe Blows come along. Who's this bloke? Oh, he just found that ore body over there. Who's he? No degrees, nothing. So it was pushed under the table. But I did hear a while ago when I was researching all this, all about dowsing and stuff like that, there is actually a university, I'm pretty sure it's in Russia, that actually teach dowsing. And at the end of it, they give you a diploma, and you can either go and work for the government or go wherever you want. So, but these things you never hear in the mainstream media, just never advertised. But, the people that can dowse know they can dowse. You've seen people on the internet that do dowsing. I mean, there's an old bloke in America that does the oil dowsing, and I love him. He's brilliant. He donated an oil well to a school there in his local district, and now they get royalties from that well. They built a new library and whatever else they've done with it. He found it, but he donated the royalties to the school. Absolutely brilliant. So, like I said, it's all about attraction. Now, like I said in those videos, I can't dowse. I've tried everything. I've tried to will myself to dowse. I've tried Y sticks. I've tried wands. I've tried the fiberglass things, Y sticks you can buy. Can't do it. So I leave it alone. I think that's where a lot of people have problems, when they think they can actually do it. Like they may have been out in the field and their wands have turned, but they're willing themselves all the time to try and do it, and believe that they can. But at the end of the day, they're probably fooling themselves. I believe you've either got that attraction or you haven't. I know some people that are absolutely incredible. Like, they can get a Y stick and go out to search for water, and when they find it, the bloody thing will go down and rip. They can't hold it. It's that strong. Rip the skin off their hands. You've all heard about people that can find water. They can tell you how deep it is exactly, whether it's fresh water, how many gallons or how many litres you'll get out of that if you drill a hole right here. Incredible, especially some of the older people. But some young people, and more young people that are actually interested in dowsing, are really, really sensitive as well. It all comes down to like I said, impulses, electrical charges, chemistry. You've just got that attraction for some reason. You're either negative or positive, whatever. And if you've got it, you've got it. But as far as the gold's concerned, I needed to isolate the gold signal, and which we did. And now when we go out, that's all the wand will pick up. Only pick up gold. Now I can't tell you on this video how I actually achieved that, but if anybody is really, really interested, I want to find out about it, they can message me, and maybe I can get back to them and let them know exactly what I did. But it's really interesting. I get a real buzz out of it when my kids go out and find an area, or we find some nuggets or whatever. I mean, it's absolutely, it just makes your heart jump. Really, really good. Alright, so I'll catch you people.